Puff, what are you doing? Hi guys. So I was super back and forth about getting the MorpheMe membership, the one that you pay like $19.99 a month, and then you get $30+ worth of brushes every month. I don't know, when I first saw it, I was like, oh, this is awesome. And then I was like, wait, what if they send me brushes I don't like? Or what if they send me really bad brushes? Or I don't know, I was super back and forth about it. So I was like, I love everything else so much. I'm always buying the brushes. Screw it. I'm just gonna do the membership. I'm just gonna get the brushes and we'll see, you know, what happens. So I'm just gonna go through every single brush that came inside of the pack this month for the month of February. I'm gonna show all of them to you and I'm gonna talk about what I would use these brushes for because some of them are a little intense. I'm not gonna lie. So now that I have rambled enough, let's get started. So the first thing that came in this month's MorpheMe, is that what it's even called? Is it called MorpheMe? I feel like I should really look that up. Okay, so it's confirmed. It is called MorpheMe and it's done through Live Glam. The first brush that came in the MorpheMe for the month of February was this Hama Mama right here. This really big brush. So honestly, when I first saw this, I was kind of like, what the heck am I gonna use this giant thing for? Like, this is huge. And as it is, I am not a huge fan of fan brushes. It's really soft. I don't know. I guess that, you know what? I know what I would use this for. I would probably use this for, okay, this can sound weird. Normally, when I highlight, I obviously just highlight the high points of my face, my cheekbones, my nose, my cupid's bow. That's really it. I don't usually highlight in the middle of my forehead. I usually don't highlight my chin. Sometimes I'll very lightly just go over like the arches of my eyebrows very lightly. What I would probably use this for is if I wanted to do like an all over glow. Like there are times that I have highlighted in the center of my forehead, like the whole, like all down the center of my nose, like all on my cheeks, like a much more intense highlight. I usually do it a lot more when I'm really tan. When I'm really tan and really bronzed and I wanna have like that really glowy, sun-kissed, like I just left the beach and I am like glowing like a Victoria's Secrets model because my tan is like just popping. That's when I'll usually do something like that. So I would probably use this for like an all over highlight just because it's so big. I definitely would not use this brush for a really intense highlight. Like if I'm gonna do an all over glow on my face, I would never use something like Laura Geller Gilded Honey. I would never use something like Champagne Pop. I would never use a crazy intense highlight to give my entire face a glow. I only use stuff like this on the high points of my face. If you put this over your whole face, you're gonna look like a disco ball and like not in a good way. I mean, if that's your style, girl, you do you, but I like to glow, but it's a little much, not gonna lie. I've tried it, it didn't work for me. So what I have found works is if you use a much lighter highlight, like maybe something like golden bronze, which in a couple of videos ago, I used to like bronze up my bronzer a little bit more. Like if you use something like this when you're really tan, I would definitely take that and kind of like dust it like all over the high points of my face, like all down the middle of my forehead, all my nose, all over my chin, really heavily, not heavily, but all over, like not being neat, all over my cheeks. And then I would take a really intense highlight like this and highlight just the highest points of my face. Like, so I would use something like this to do that because it just really distributes a nice soft amount of product, but to a big area. So I would use it for more of an all over glow as opposed to a really intense highlight. That's the only thing that I could think that I would use this brush for. Another thing which is kind of weird, sometimes when I do my makeup, I'll take my makeup, you know, I always like buff it down my neck just to make sure it's all blended. Oh my God, one hand. I'm wearing a bad shirt to show this to you guys right now, but sometimes I want to be super extra. I'll highlight my collarbones just a little bit, just to do the kind of like a soft, like natural highlight contour to my collarbones. Like if I'm on like a strapless top or like a low top, they use my collarbones a lot. So I would definitely use this with a little bit of highlight to just You know what I'm saying? As opposed to like this tiny little thing. I don't know. I probably would use this more like for that. Like I feel like this would be really good for body highlighting. Like your collarbones. I don't know what else in my body I would highlight. Like, I want to highlight your kneecaps? I don't know. I don't think I would highlight my kneecaps. That's this. Okay, so now that we've talked about the first brush for 500 minutes, let's talk about the next brush. This next brush, the Morphe M334, this is a synthetic brush. It kind of reminds me of a brush that I cannot remember the number of. It is that brush that like every beauty blogger, not every, but a lot of them are using like for their under eye areas. It's very similar to this, except instead of being angled like this one is, it's more rounded. My number one is always the Beauty Blender or the Real Technique sponge. Those are the only two beauty sponges that I like. I won't use any other one. Those are the only ones that I have that I like. And I always use that for my concealer. But if I was gonna use a brush, this would be a good one. Because I don't know if you can tell, but it just like perfectly fits. Since it has like that little angle, it fits perfect right here in this little area, which I find that even with my sponge sometimes, I go to get in and like I'll mess up my eyeshadow a little bit or like mess something up because you have so little control with the sponge. Not little control, but like since like, I don't know, it's just a little bit messier. It's hard to be very precise with the sponge. I feel like with the brush, it'd be a lot easier to be more precise and get into this nice little area. What I probably will use this for sometimes, like when my ojeras, my under eye bags, in other words, when my under eye bags are really bad or I just have not had a good night's sleep or I just feel like wearing a lot of makeup. There's some days that I just feel like wearing a lot of makeup. I'll use my Bye Bye Under Eye from IT Cosmetics. So I would probably use this to apply my Bye Bye Under Eye just because it's like the perfect little shape. And honestly, this is exactly the size of how big, like how much room my Bye Bye Under Eye takes up. Like it literally, I only put the Bye Bye Under Eye right here. And this brush is exactly the size of my Bye Bye Under Eye, like under eye area where I put the Bye Bye Under Eye. This is exactly what it is. So I will probably be using this for that. Moving on to the next brush. Okay, so I was actually super excited about this brush when I saw it. It's super duper soft. So whenever brushes are really soft, it's just instantly, it's like, I love you. I love you, so cute. But I feel like you can never have too many fluffy brushes because fluffy brushes can be really big, they can be really small. There's just like, fluffy brushes are life. Like I love fluffy brushes. I love them. And this is a fluffy brush, but it's flat. Like, I have never even seen something like this before. So for example, damn it. Got it, I got it. I'm coming, I got it, I swear. A regular fluffy brush is round all the way around. But for some reason, like I just showed you before in that clip, this one is fluffy from the front, but when you turn it to the side, it's flat. So I just feel like this is perfect for like getting right in your crease and doing this. Like this is amazing for like a really soft cut crease. I was like, yes, because it's fluffy, but it is flat like your crease. So it's not gonna get any shadow on your lid, if that makes sense. You know, when you're doing a cut crease, you don't wanna get any shadow on your lid. You wanna keep it right in the crease. And when you're using a fluffy brush, it's kinda hard to blend and keep it, not get it on your eyelid. So I feel like this would just be so perfect. Like this is gonna be like my cut crease's best friend, like when I use it. I am so excited for this. Also, if you really wanted to, which I think this would work really good for that, if you saw, was it my last video, the one where the soft eyes, bright eye, that one, I'll link it somewhere. If I can figure out how to link it in the screen, I'll link it in the screen. And if not, I'll link it in the bottom box, bottom box below. I highlighted twice. I highlighted all down my cheekbone, just to highlight like the whole area. And I used not a soft highlight, but a softer highlight. And then I took a more intense highlight and highlighted just like the tip tops of my cheekbones, tip of my nose, my cupid's bow, the very tips right here on top of my eyebrows. So I did like a really intense highlight. It was almost like an ombre effect. Like it was like lighter to darker. Like a really, like, it was not lighter to darker. It was more of a soft to more intense highlight as it gets to the highest point of your face, if that makes sense, is what I did. And I feel like if you wanted to do like little spot highlighting, because this is so fluffy and soft, this would be great for that. And it's little, so you could stay right in those little areas just where you want to do those really intense highlights. Very excited about this little baby. Next brush. So this brush, the Morphe M333, it's pretty dense. Like you can tell that this brush is gonna pick up a lot of product and it's gonna deposit a lot of product. It's not fluffy. I mean, it's soft, but it's not fluffy like the last brush. The bristles are very tightly packed together. So this brush I really like, obviously, for packing color all over your lid. Like you could totally like put this down your eyeshadow, wiggle it around a little bit, and then just start pressing in all over your lid to deposit a lot of color. This is probably going to be great like for pigments or any type of loose powder if you want it to be really intense to pack it on. This is going to be really good. I also like this to pack powder onto the brow bone. A lot of times when I'm setting my eyeshadow primer, I'll use like a bone colored shadow or like an off-white creamy type eyeshadow, and I really like to pack it on my brow bone just to leave that like highlight there under my brow bone. So I really do like this for when I'm setting my eyes, setting my eye primer. My gosh, why can I not remember the word primer? I don't understand. When I'm setting my eye primer, I really like this for packing a lot onto the brow bone and then blending it down into my crease. I feel like this will be really good for that. I also want to say that this brush might be good, and don't go do this and then be like, oh my god, you made me look like a troll. I'm saying it might be good. It might be good for nose contouring, just because, I don't know, it's kind of flat, but it's still like a little fluffy. So I feel like if you take a little bit of product and with a light hand, kind of just carve out your nose, this could lead to an extremely successful nose contour, possibly. I am gonna try it for nose contouring, because currently my favorite nose contouring brush, you can only get it in a set of 3 brushes, and it was a holiday set and they don't have it anymore. So I gotta find something new. Yeah, I'm gonna try this out and I'll let you guys know. But if not, for packing color all over, this is gonna be the bomb. I love it. Next brush. Okay, so this is the Morphe M224. This is a synthetic brush, and honestly guys, this is one of those brushes that is just so good to have. A flat synthetic brush is something you can do so much with. These are great for applying cream products. Think about like, you know those big, the bigger version of this that you use for foundation to paint it onto your face? These are just good brushes to have for creams. This is great like if you have like, for example, like the Makeup Forever concealer, or the Bye Bye Under Eye that's like a little squeeze tube, and then you have to apply it yourself. This is great to dip into that and start applying it in the areas that you want. I wouldn't use this to blend my concealer out or to blend out any type of cream product. I would use this to lay cream products down, and then I would either take my beauty blender or like a fluffier brush or something like that to blend it out. So again, this is not for blending out creams. This is for applying creams before you blend them out. This is also a great brush. Like a lot of times, sometimes when I do my eyebrows and I want to make them like a little extra, I'll take a little bit of concealer and kind of like clean up around the edges of my eyebrows. And that's what these synthetic brushes are amazing for, because they're so precise. You cannot clean up the edges of your eyebrow with a beauty blender, and if you can, literally, I want to be you when I grow up, because yeah. I have to use like a little brush like this to kind of like carve out, and down here too. So this is awesome for laying down cream products, for cleaning up your eyebrows. Oh, this is really good too. Like sometimes when I apply a darker lip, which I should have done it today, but I didn't. You can pick up a little bit of concealer and again, kind of clean up the edges of your lipstick to make it look super duper perfect. So this is just a great brush to have, and the size is really good because it's not too big, it's not too small, it's kind of in the middle. So this is a really good one to have. Okay, moving on. I have to go get another brush before I show you guys this one, so give me a second. I feel like I really just should have had my brushes here sitting in front of me. I don't know why I moved them. I was like, let me declutter my desk so I can focus and relax, and like, I should have not moved them, but what ifs. Okay, so let me show you the brush. Wait, I have to sneeze, excuse me. Ooh. Excuse me. Puff, you okay? I scared him. This is the Morphe M166. This is a like little bullet kind of, I showed you up close just now, but it's like a little bullet type shape. I actually have a brush extremely similar to this one, and I will tell you the difference between the two. The brush that I have is the Morphe M321. As you can see, they are extremely similar. The only difference between these two brushes, because even the size is about exactly the same, is that the Morphe M321, which is the one that I already had, is not packed as tightly as the Morphe M169, which is the one that came in this month's MorpheMe package. The one that I already have, I use this a lot. Like, I'll pack color into my lower lash line, and then I'll use this to kind of like smoke it out. I also really like this to like pack a lot of color onto like my outer V area, and then I'll blend it out, and then I'll blend it out with like a fluffy brush. I really like it for that. So this is something very similar to that. To be 100% honest, I actually think, I don't really honestly know. I guess that I would use this more. I guess I could use this in my lower lash line also, but I don't know if I will use these two brushes differently. I'll probably use these two brushes in exactly the same way, and it's probably just gonna be whichever one I grab first is the one that I'm gonna use, because they're just so similar. If you don't have the Morphe M321, and it's been sold out for quite a while, because for example, my mom has been dying to get it, and every time she goes to get it, it's sold out, so it's been sold out for quite some time. If you are part of the MorpheMe membership and you get this brush, you can use it for the exact same things, because the brush is just so similar. So when my mom sees this video, she's gonna be really happy. So, hi Mom, glad I could make your day. Hello. Okay. Last brush, guys. Don't you wish it would just never end? Okay, so this last brush is the Morphe M165. As you saw, it's just a flat angled brush. So as you can see, the MAC one is a lot skinnier. This is what I use to do my winged eyeliner. If you try to do your winged eyeliner with something like this, I can't speak for you, but if I tried to do my winged eyeliner with something like this, it would be up to my eyebrow. I'm not kidding. It would be so fat. Like, it will be the fattest winged eyeliner you have ever seen in your life. This brush, however, is a really awesome brush. I like something like this. Like, for example, if I want to go in and do like a really intense sharp wing, I would use my MAC brush. But then let's say I wanted to like smoke it out and make it look more like a blended out wing, I would take this with a little bit of eyeshadow and use this to blend out. This is also really good for like packing color along your lash line, or packing color along your lash line on the bottom. This is a great, like how I was saying before, that I like to press a product at the bottom of my lash line and then use the other Morphe brush to blend it out. I would totally use this to just pack color straight up onto the lash line, take my little Morphe brush and blend it out. So this is really good for that. This is also good. I wouldn't say to use this for a gel liner because again, it's too thick. But if you wanted to do like a really soft, like not really like a sharp eyeliner, but more like just like a soft little flick type of wing at the end of your eyeshadow, if you do this with a little bit of eyeshadow and just kind of like this would be good for something like that. So those are all the brushes, guys. I hope this video was helpful. If you're thinking about signing up for the MorpheMe subscription, but you're not 100% sure because you're kind of back and forth about it, I hope this video helped and it kind of gives you an idea of what you're gonna get. Again, you know what? I didn't even show you guys all the brushes. If you're one of the people like me that loves makeup and you're constantly buying brushes, do it. And it's kind of cool. I kind of like, at first I kind of felt weird and I was like, what if I don't like the brushes that they send me? What if, you know, I don't know, what if the brushes suck, or like the brushes that I'm not gonna use? Out of all the brushes that I got, I'm gonna use every single one of these except for this little bullet one because I already have one exactly like it. But maybe I'll miraculously find something new to do with it. I don't know. It's kind of cool to like get these brushes, and like when you get brushes that you never think you're gonna use like this, like I'm so excited to figure out what the heck I'm gonna do with this thing. Like this is like a challenge for me. And it's like, it's exciting, it's cool. I think it's great. I really like it. I'm really happy with this month's stuff. The makeup look, sorry, this is totally off topic, but the makeup look that I'm wearing right now, if you guys like it, yay, I'm glad you like it, because I did film myself doing this makeup look right before I filmed this video. I will be posting this makeup look next week. If you're interested in seeing it, look out for that. I'm actually doing something really exciting next week. Well, something that I'm really excited to be doing that I think is pretty cool. You know, but I'll have this makeup look up next week for you guys. Again, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope it helped. I hope it helped to get a little bit of a better idea of what the MorpheMe membership is like. I personally really liked it, and I'm really excited to see what brushes I get next month. And I'm very excited to figure out how to use this thing, this monster right here. I don't know. I would never buy something like this, so it's kind of cool that I have it now. Maybe I'll just like put it there for pretty. I don't know. I don't know what to do with it. I don't. If you have any suggestions of what to do with this, you let me know. You let me know. But other than that, that completes this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it so much. So I will see you next time. Thanks.